Greetings, dear friends. I would like to welcome you to the roundtable that is conducted in the framework of Project Creative Society and is a continuation of the international conference, Global Crisis. This already affects everyone. This event was initiated by regular people, volunteers from all around the world, from 180 countries, and it was simultaneously translated into 72 languages, including even sign language. The truth about the crisis humanity experiences right now and will face in near future was voiced by scientists, experts, businessmen, politicians, IT specialists, and people of all other professions. This event has caused a huge resonance, and we are constantly receiving feedback in the comments, emails, and throughout conversations with people worldwide. The information present in the conference is really extremely important for everyone on the planet. And that's why we would like to go deeper to these topics, expand even more, and we'll have another conference, which is called Global Crisis, the Time for the Truth, that will be held on the December 4th, 2021, and we gladly invited everyone to join it.
Yes, Alex, thank you so much for mentioning this fact. And this event was simply amazing. And it really showed that when people are united by one common goal, one common idea, everything is possible. And today we would like to talk in more detail about several topics that were raised during the conference, such as artificial intelligence and technological unemployment, climate crisis and its effect on the lives of millions of people, and real situation with refugees in the world. Today we have very special guests with us. So, dear viewers, please welcome Professor Samveer, founder and president of Ahardeep Foundation, a Latra TV India volunteer. Welcome, Professor Samveer. Also, today we have Dr. Ahmed Abdallah from Egypt, medical doctor and psychiatrist. Welcome, Dr. Ahmed. Another very special guest that we have with us is Kenneth Gagakuma, agripreneur, digital marketing expert from Ghana. And also we have Günther Reichmann, robotics technician from Germany. Dear guests, welcome to our roundtable, and thank you very much for taking your time and joining this really interesting conversation.
Thank you. And the first question would like to ask you, can you please share your impressions of the conference and tell us what you find relevant and in your opinion, should we discuss these topics right in the conference in more details? Dr. Samveer, can you please start?
Thank you so much, Alex. It's my privilege to speak on this topic. So the major agenda was raised on that Global Crisis Conference, World at the Edge of the Change. And through Creative Society and Alatra movement, we can put a better world to the citizen global family if we make a global together and collective effort in terms of making the peace in all human beings, climate change. We can protect our earth by nature, and the artificial intelligence, the major agenda in that conference. So how we are creating unemployment deliberately in the world. So we need to think upon these aspects, that how we are moving ahead and how we are leading our world to in worse situation. So it's our responsibility, Creative Society, Alatra movement, putting a hardcore effort, and through the translation which had in 72 languages, including sign language, it is very important that so many people on planet are dumb and deaf also. So it is common for all. We need to think about the globe and the society we are living in. So it is our responsibility, and these all we have to take away from the Global Crisis Conference. Sir, Alexa.
Thank you so much, Professor Samveer. Thank you so much for emphasizing on the fact that this is our responsibility right now to take action and to basically unite all together and build a better world for everyone. And also, I would like to ask pretty much the same question, Mr. Gunter. Could you please share your impressions of the conference and share with us how relevant, in your opinion, it is to basically continue these discussions and raise the topics and talk about the fact that, about the information that was voiced during the conference?
Ja, hallo, ihr Lieben.
Hello, dear friends. Thank you very much that I can be present here today, that I was invited.
Ja, also ich halte die Konferenz für sowas von hochwichtig.
I think that conference is very important because even the topic of the conference, global crisis, it affects everyone. These topics that were discussed, artificial intelligence, climatic catastrophes, it concerns really everyone, each person on the planet. No one can think that he's safe. What I think what was really important in the conference that really the volunteers from 180 countries really for free, without payment, were engaged in this project, and it was translated into 72 languages. It's just amazing. It touched my heart so deeply.
Das ist auch so ein Stichwort, wo ich sage,
this is as well a very important point that we need to unite.
Herausgezogen haben. Wir müssen wieder von Herzen zu
We should talk from heart to heart. We should connect each other from person to person. We cannot allow us to be divided. We cannot let someone to divide us. I've learned so much new information. From my work, I'm involved in the artificial intelligence from my work with the robots, but I didn't know that it's so developed. These projects are all around the world. I didn't even know all the details that were talked about. And about climate change, the climate change is not coming from CO2, but it has totally different causes, and I found it very, very interesting. And in the end, we found out the solution from all these problems. The Creative Society project, when person and human life, their highest value is, it touched me so much. And it's important that we do not have much time to implement this project. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. And it's really important what you have said about unification of people. It's really everything is made, the whole conference, by volunteers. And it really shows the power of unification when people can do everything if they have one goal: to share this information with others. This utmost important information. And exactly when we discuss these topics in details, we see how everything is advancing, and we have getting a complete picture. Yes, thank you. Kenneth Gakakuma, can you please share your impressions of the conference?
Yeah, thank you so much. This was an epic conference, super one for all of humanity, an eye-opener, huge revelation. So much information, priceless information revealed for all of humanity. Information that has been kept away from humanity for so many years, all made available completely free. This is one unique thing about this epic conference. I dub it an epic conference, a super conference, one to help awaken humanity at another level, to to bring this much needed information about what is currently going on in our world regarding artificial intelligence, regarding climate crisis, with all of its problems, regarding how much damage humanity is causing to the ecology, to nature, how much nature is suffering. Personally, I do research a lot, I do read a lot, but it is thanks to this super conference that I saw things that I've never seen, heard things that I've never heard. It's just mind blowing, and we're so grateful that this message is finally out. A bigger one is coming soon in December for all of humanity. You know, and the efforts that people put into this, that people, ordinary people, simple people, normal humans put into this to see to it that it's interpreted into so many languages, including a sign language, that all of humanity will hear this priceless information. Is another amazing aspect of this conference. Yeah, this is the least I can say. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kenneth. And truly, this is amazing that right now we see this example, we see this unification. And whenever you hear some thoughts in your head that, oh, I'm alone, what can I do? We see the example of action of so many people, you know, just regular, just like you said, ordinary, normal people that are contributing to the betterment of humanity, are contributing to the society together, and doing this with great pleasure. And thank you so much for sharing your impressions. And also, I would like to address the same question to Dr. Ahmed. Could you please share your feedback of the conference, and how important is it, in your opinion, to continue this wave of discussions, continue this wave of communication with people, and basically continue to raise these topics with other people?
I think that spreading information like this information is very important. Now media all over the world is working mainly on entertainment, like games, like other issues, and media doesn't deal with the main issues of humanity. And if they deal with the issues like climate change or something like this, they just broadcast it like a disaster, like spreading fear, not a call for action, not spreading information to bring people together to do something. So people are consumers not only by the material meaning, but they are consuming news as well. They are consuming information, or the way media or the mainstream media talks to people, make them more disabled, more afraid, more away from action. The way conference talks about these issues, I think it is another way. It is a different way. It is giving information, at the same time giving or making a call for unification, for acting together, for better world. That better world is still possible. So come together to do something for a better world. So I think the conference is different in its form and in the content. The content is different, and the way of discourse is different as well.
Yeah, thanks. It's really interesting, and what you have said, that exactly that this information that we're spreading, the people really need to know the truth, not what we have here in the mainstream media, but exactly what is happening at different places, and to get this holistic, complete picture of what is going on in, for example, this technological development of artificial intelligence, of robots, of what is going on with climate and with the environment on our planet. And this topic was really shown in detail and was very comprehensive, and have the viewers of the conference, they have a holistic view and understanding of different topics, including the topics of artificial intelligence in many spheres of our life. And this actually shows us how advanced are these technologies right now. And we have collected the most interesting facts from different spheres of life. And now let's watch the video about it.
Welcome to the future. Already today, artificial intelligence has been able to synthesize a new antibiotic capable of killing bacteria resistant to the previously known drugs. A fully robotic network of eco-farms, 80 acres of farms under the control of neural networks, produced 300 times more food, consuming 97% less water than an ordinary farm. Meanwhile, autopilots with built-in AI were able to halve the accident rate on the roads. Yes, artificial intelligence can already be found everywhere. After all, the benefits of its implementation are simply enormous. Actions that used to take hours can now be completed in seconds. So, virtual assistants, Siri, Alice, or Google Assistant, based on artificial intelligence, will find the goods you need in a virtual store and make a payment. And an autonomous delivery robot, such as Digit, will bypass all obstacles and deliver your parcel safely. However, if you have not yet decided on what you need, neural networks are able to predict your needs and give the most beneficial recommendations in advance. Surrounding you with care and attention, artificial intelligence will look after your health. A smart mirror in the bathroom, using algorithms for pattern recognition and visual diagnostics, will give you recommendations on taking the necessary vitamins and doing exercises. And it will also do everything to improve your mood. Thousands of applications and sensors are designed to keep your pulse, blood vessels, blood pressure under control. They are able to detect many serious disorders in the early stages and inform you in advance about the need to visit a doctor. Can prevent a heart attack, oncology, and other dangerous diseases. Thus, IBM released an application for oncologists. The system contains 600,000 medical reports and 2 million pages from medical journals. Based on this information, AI makes efficient recommendations for additional tests or a treatment plan, increasing the accuracy of diagnosis up to 40% and halving the cost of medical care. But that's only a fraction of what it's capable of. Nanorobots controlled by neural networks can detect disorders and deliver drugs directly to damaged tissues. The next step is to rebuild the body at the molecular level, aiming to complete healing, up to the restoration of lost limbs. What about trivial everyday issues? Specifically for lovers of careless life, Samsung has created a bot, Handy Robot, with built-in AI. Capable of collecting laundry in the house, loading the dishwasher, setting the table, pouring and bringing drinks. At the same time, smart security systems allow you to block access to the house when suspicious activity is detected. It autonomously notifies emergency services and prevent theft. But that's not all. AI shows outstanding success even in creative fields. It creates paintings, music, films, and even literary works, For example, the artificial intelligence GPT-2 wrote its first play. It managed to create something similar to the futuristic Little Prince at that. Meanwhile, Jukebox from OpenAI writes music with meaningful lyrics and vocals. For poetry lovers, Google's tool Verse by Verse will help you create delightful poems. But AI is also capable of more serious work. For example, digitizing all libraries and archives with the access to them 24/7 from anywhere in the world. In addition, it is able to recognize voices and texts in different languages with translation into any other language, as well as to teach people to draw, compose music, and even program. Whatever area we touch upon, AI is everywhere, ready to offer us its digital helping hand. Even in legal matters, a virtual lawyer, Do Not Pay, for the first 2 years of work won more than 160,000 cases, spending no more than 2 minutes on each case, significantly saving time as well as money of its clients. And the capabilities of artificial intelligence are only growing. At the Japanese robotic factory, Fanuc, hundreds of robots build other robots on their own and no longer need human help. Around the world, there are tens of thousands of industries in which human participation is almost not required because the main work is being performed by machines. Perhaps, for the first time, we will be able to free ourselves from hard and routine work. But all of this is only a small part of the achievements that AI has already brought into our lives and will bring in the near future, since the pace of its development is close to exponential, and that means that every minute the technology is getting better. One can only imagine what a wonderful future awaits us. The main thing is that this future would actually come.
IT, healthcare, jurisprudence, art, and much more spheres of life are already being actively affected by the AI development. And right now, we see, the good side of it, the side where it helps people, where it gives us great assistance in our different activities connected with our jobs. But right now, we would like to talk about the other side of this great and unique technology. So, Professor Samveer, could you please tell us about the prospects of AI and how it can affect people's lives and opportunities for professional development? So, in your opinion, could AI cause a mass unemployment problem?
Yes, ma'am. AI is good at some part, but moreover, in future, if we look, so there is a lots of harm of that also. Lots of unemployment is increasing because AI is think that it takes so much high cost to implement in the organization. It is about the deliberately we are creating unemployment in our society. Accuracy is there, but how many organizations can adopt easily and implement this system? It is not all over the world. The poor countries, the developing countries are not able to adopt that technology at that much level. So we think about those countries or those population also, those are not so much educated and aware about the AI. So we look on this aspect also. So as we seen in video also, we have seen it can become cause of cancer. So much radiation 3G, 4G, 5G, 7G, lots of radiation because we want to speed up our work. But side by side, we are having lots of harm from that also. So we need to check cross the things that like AI is doing good in term of humanity. If we talk humanity, it's our right to get employment. Every person have right to feed their families and that improve their business. But side by side, it is killing the health side also and the employment side also. So youth is taking advantage of the AI, but side by side we need to check the things which are going to make impact on personal life of a human being also. It's create lots of unemployment in future. Like one example shown in the video also, the Japanese, they are implement 100 robot in their organization and they are doing work people less organization. So if we are doing this thing in that speedy way, so do we think that are we capable to serve that society which are getting behind after AI? We look these people also who are not adopting or not aware about AI, and they are not having so much money to implement AI, or the education system is many country we are finding that there are no such education, high education, technical education is not provided to the student of university and colleges level also. Computer is basic, that is nice, but side by side we look after the job aspect also. So it should be a balancing situation. We should not go like rocket speed. Progress is important, but humanity is most important than progress, I think. So that's from my side, Kate, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. And it's really important that what you have said, that humanity is actually should be on the first place. And in the creative society, it is like that the human's life are on the first place and people are secured. People have really the social security, and even if this their work, their job that they do every day will be automated, it's not a problem. Exactly. I mean, you don't even need to stop the progress. You can continue to develop yourself in another sphere of life because you have all these social securities. You have what to eat and where to live, and there's no issue with that. But in our consumer format, if you lose your job, you lose any means for the existence, any means for the just a normal life. I mean, what can you do then? It's really hard even to think, for example, that what will happen if this progress will be starting and taking over all of the jobs. Really scary situation, and it is scary in the consumerist format of society. And actually, we have many examples of this automation that it is approaching right now. And I would like to ask Mr. Günther Reichmann, can you please tell us more about this example? Because you know that you used to work for a company who actually has built a almost fully automated factory, and meaning that most of the people just not getting a job on this factory. Can you also tell us about how is it? What is the situation and in this consumerist format of society? So can you elaborate on this question? Thank you.
Ja, also ich kann euch da gerne was darüber erzählen.
I can tell something about the situation
Aus der eigenen Erfahrung mitteilen.
from own experience.
Ich arbeite bei der sehr bekannten
I'm working at the very famous international firm Bosch.
In verschiedensten Sparten von der Automobilindustrie.
it engages in different areas like automobile industry or home devices. I'm working more than 30 years in this area.
Ich habe dort angefangen.
As I started end of the 80s in the production.
Dort wurde ein bestimmtes Produkt hergestellt.
And one specific product was produced at that time.
Fertigungsanlage oder man sagt auch Fließband dazu.
For this product, there was a working area where approximately 40 people were working. They just prepared some pieces which were compiled to for one tool, for one machine. It was approximately 40 people, as I said.
Ich habe auch in den verschiedensten Abteilungen dann gearbeitet.
In the different departments where I worked afterwards,
diese Maschinen in Stand zu halten,
which kept this machinery working.
Aufgefallen, dass über die Jahre
and what I noticed during my experience and working time, that less and less people were working on servicing and making this machinery. And these people were exchanged through robots. So was previously a human was doing, newly a robot took over.
Wie viele Menschen arbeiten noch an so einem Fließband?
And the question is, in the current generation, how many people are working in this department?
Das heißt,
so it is 2 people, only 2 people, and before
ihre Arbeit verloren.
it was 40. So 95% of the people have lost their job. If they have had luck, they were replaced to another area of production or have some social benefits. But in the consumerist format, what will happen with people? What happens? People just lose their job. And it was 95%. And it is just my observation throughout last 30 years. And as it said, it's just starting now. It is only the beginning.
Eine ziemlich vollautomatische Firma mit Fabrik gebaut.
And Bosch built a highly automated factory.
Ich denke, das wird auch die Zukunft sein.
And I think this will be a future.
Auch dark factories zu investieren.
In such factories,
dark factories
kind of dark factories investment.
Ja, weil eine Maschine braucht kein Licht.
What does it mean? It means that for the machinery, machines do not need light for the production.
Ich bin ja ein Techniker. Das hat auch einen gewissen Reiz.
Light factory. So for a technician, for me, it makes fun. It's interesting to observe what all machinery can produce, robots can do. But as a technician, it's very interesting. However, in the consumeristic format, if you look in what's going on with people, were the people provided with other job? What happens with them? This is a big question. Who takes care about the people? No one.
Das Menschenleben zählt nicht.
One's life is not valuable. It's only, it's been looking only on the costs. If you take a look at the big firms, international corporations, only profit counts. So what happens to people is not important, because important is how the production is going. If we take a look on the people, that we can say that artificial intelligence, they will damage us. They will bring us to catastrophe. From one side, this from one side, and on the other side, we need this technique and this technology if we take a look in the future and climatic changes. And we need this modern technology to survive this climatic catastrophes. So from my experience and what I have seen during the conference, we need change from consumeristic format to the creative society. This how to treat each other. We need to change this way. There are some thoughts from quite smart people. They say we need taxes. We need taxes for these robots, so we have money for the people who do not have work and money. But take a look. In our consumeristic format, which company will pay these taxes? No firm will pay. It will be avoided somehow. So if we take a look on the end, if we take the numbers from the conference, $4 trillion are being invested annually in research. This is the same amount which is invested in military. It's pushed so far and so fast that we cannot even imagine how it is done. So what I have mentioned during the last 30 years with this speed, it will be just enormous development in the future. So, in fact, we need this format, creative format, where human life will be put on the first place. Then this technique will work for us. Then we will do the world for us, where for each person will be going good. And I mean in this seriously. Thank you very much.
Danke schön, Herr Reichmann. Thank you so much. This is unbelievable when you said that 95% of people in your life example simply lost their jobs and only the lucky ones were transferred to another department or received some kind of social benefits, right? This is really shocking information, but this is only one example, only in one corporation in one country. But right now in our consumeristic format of society, we understand that this is happening everywhere. This is happening in every country. It doesn't matter if it's a well-developed country or the country of the third world, as they say. We see that in the consumerist format of society, it affects every one of us, and we need to do something about it. And the only way out of this situation is, of course, creative society, where first and foremost, the most important value is human life, his security, his safety, his happiness, and of course, comfort. And one of another really important topics that were raised during the conference was climate crisis. That is already happening in the world and is getting even worse and worse with every day. And we also understand that this is the global issue that affects everyone. And we can confidently say that no one is secure from natural disasters. No one is secure from climatic disasters that occur on our planet. And right now, I would like to suggest watching a short excerpt from the conference about the challenges that people are facing already now because of the climate disasters in different parts of our planet. So let's watch this video.
The climate is changing before our eyes. people are losing their lives. Each of us can be left homeless at any moment. Are you ready to hear the truth from eyewitnesses of the events?
And Texans statewide was reported over 2,500 of the highest low record temperatures ever recorded.
This summer, Western Canada has faced extreme heat, and many cities have reached record high temperatures. The Canadian Rocky Mountains have been burning more than they have in the past 2,000 years.
There was an anomalous, catastrophic event in Cuba when a strong tornado struck some municipalities in the city of Havana. This sudden and violent event caused great horror and anxiety among the population.
The people of Tabasco are now very afraid because the season of rain and hurricanes is damaging a lot of houses. Everything is flooded. In an instant, the downpour causes people to lose everything they worked for.
There have been some violent storms lately that are changing people's lives. They not only affect people's lives, but also deprive them of their means of subsistence, leaving people stranded and terrified, not knowing where to go or what to do.
So it was from one extreme to the other, as we were on fire at one point and then we were underwater.
Till March 20th, we had 40,000 aftershocks, the largest of which were of magnitude 5.7.
Unprecedented frosts have blanketed much of France. There hasn't been a cold snap like this for decades.
Really, I imagine 2019, I have a cyclone in Fani in India. I seen it in my own eyes. I witnessed to myself. So I really lost to my paddy fields. I really lost to many animals also. And I hear many people destroyed their home and they are also homeless.
Several flooding occurs every 4 to 5 years and covered 60% of the land mass. The condition of vulnerable people during natural disaster is just unthinkable and undesirable. It's always difficult to describe how miserable their life was.
People are worried because they actually don't know what to expect or what to hope for.
Decades have passed since the original flood control plan was developed, but it has never been implemented. People are still in danger.
There was a freezing rain in Vladivostok. Trees and cars were covered with an ice crust. Many people were left without electricity, without water, without heating.
We were cleaning it all by hand. And one man said, "I'll help you with the first bridge, then I'll go get the tools I have at home. I'll take my tools and we'll help finish the job." The man returned with his tools in his hands. I asked, "How is your house?" "I don't have a house." He kept on cleaning because what else did the man have to do?
Part of the country is flooded. What is happening in Belgium now is a huge tragedy for its residents. In some areas, the river level has risen by 2.5 meters. Houses are flooded. Cars are floating along the streets that have turned into rivers. People climb onto the roofs waiting for rescuers, but the water is coming up and no one knows what to expect next.
Deadly volcanic eruptions have been experienced in other parts of the continent, and the latest ravaged parts of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which caused severe damages and casualties, and also forced thousands of people into evacuation and also into terrible living conditions.
At times it's really extreme. There's flooding. So sometimes people are affected, like people end up drowning. But mostly people have to move with their families. They lose property.
Trees and so many agricultural products destroyed. This is the first time we've seen such instances happening in this country.
So when I witnessed the disaster of the climate, about the migration of the farmers from the riverside to the around the town and lead their life on the roadside because of the climate change disaster or the overflooding of the river affected their area, their agriculture, their home.
Local media do not report on some events which is happening in China right now. So a logic question arises, why are people not given the true information about what is happening with the climate right now?
Now we have to start to solve this problem intensely, because soon it may be too late.
I also witnessed the storm that hit us in Saarland about a week ago. Apart from flooded basements and fallen trees, we were not as badly affected as people in neighboring regions who face severe flooding, landslides, and mud, lava-like flows that buried entire houses and much more. People are still without water, without electricity, without means of communication, without food. They are still trapped on rooftops and cannot cross some roads because the roads are no longer there. We were predicted that climate change would be tangible in 50 or 100 years, but now we know that it is very close and very real, even here in Germany.
Doch jetzt wissen wir, dass sehr nah ist und sehr real, auch hier in Deutschland.
Hello, I'm David from Germany. Just recently, we had severe flooding. People were shocked and not ready for this. Suddenly, we saw how just a few hours of heavy rains caused flooding that washed away cars and houses. This was really shocking to all of us. We were in a state of shock as something that seemed to be very distant was right here at our door. If we take a look a few years back, we must note that extreme weather events occur due to climate change. We had a severe drought in Germany during the last 3 years, and now suddenly there is such a flood. There is no doubt that the climate is changing, and because of this, the frequency of these extreme events is increasing. Even such an industrialized country as Germany was not, in my opinion, properly prepared and proved to be quite vulnerable and susceptible to such events. People were not warned and were not evacuated in advance. Obviously, the disaster management service did not work. If we take a look at the climate situation in the world, we see that new record-breaking droughts, flooding, and forest fires occur everywhere. Human life is in danger more often, and now it has affected Germany. Many people lost their lives, and more than 1,000 people are still missing. We, people, feel that we need to do something. Only by uniting, we have at least some chance to cope with such situations, which are becoming more frequent. Creative society is a solution for change in the society, exactly in which a human life will be the highest priority, in which necessary conditions to protect human life throughout the world will be created. Just imagine what the least developed countries will do. These countries have no opportunities whatsoever to overcome extreme climatic events, and human life is not protected there. I think that in recent days, we, Germans, have realized how important it is for us to unite, to stick together, and not to let anyone divide us. Only together do we have prospects for the future. Exactly such a prospect is what the creative society offers. It's our only way out, because only in unity can we protect human life and ensure a future for us and future generations.
Breaking news. Anallatra TV is an international project which is created by volunteers from all over the world with the purpose of informing about large-scale, anomalous, and uncommon natural disasters. This is daily comprehensive analysis and monitoring of information about the state of the planet. People break silence in order to convey the truth about the climate crisis and the way out of it. To survive, we need to act together today. Otherwise, tomorrow will be too late.
Breaking news is really important project because it gives also a complete picture, a real picture of what is going on the planet, which disasters are happening all over the world. And it also clearly shows that their number is increasing every day. And Kenneth, can you please share with us how artificial intelligence and technological progress in general can help people, so can help us to overcome these climatic challenges that we have right now? And can you also add to the previous topic, so which problems and which issues we have right now in our consumerist format, again, to this development of this artificial intelligence? Can you please share with us?
Sure, I can. Yeah, thanks so much. And in my profession, and both professions as an agripreneur and a digital marketing professional, I have my own little decent experience with artificial intelligence and how it's soaring, how it's gaining massive grounds in these fields, in these professions. With respect to the field, and then just before I continue, I'd like to state or voice my humble opinion that the importance of artificial intelligence cannot be overemphasized. It's extremely important. It is so needed now more than ever in our society, in our lives, in every aspect of humanity's lives right now. We need artificial intelligence to be operating at its best, at its fullest or highest level possible. It's extremely needed, but not under such consumerist mentality, not under a consumerist format of living, not under a consumerist way of doing things. Yeah. To just cite a little example, or just mention a few, just in the field of digital marketing alone. Back in the days when you'd have to search for a number of emails, reaching out to customers and clients, and sit up all night, all day, all week, writing emails, trying to use all manner of tedious ways to go about getting one's marketing content, sales content out there. Automation is completely taking over this side of digital marketing as well. It's being digitalized by the day, and it's interesting. It's interesting how each day passes. It's becoming more and more like a normal human activity. And there are a few softwares or platforms that I'm currently working with, and they've been programmed and designed that in all of the operations, the least iota of a bot at work, the least evidence of a bot at work is completely eliminated. This is how fast and how far artificial intelligence is growing in the field of marketing, in the field of sales, in that side of the profession as well. Its activities and its operations are being streamlined and being perfected to the extent that every iota of a bot at work, of a normal robot automated work, is completely being eliminated, so that all of its activities will seem like a normal human activity, so that all the thousands, the ability to reach out to thousands of people at a time, receiving all the content you want to send out to them, the message you want to send out to them, will view it all as a normal human activity. This is how far it is growing in this profession. It's being perfected in this profession as well. And it's interesting to see, it's beautiful to see, but then it's being perfected, and sooner or later no human will be needed to manage it in any way whatsoever again, because it's at a stage now where maybe at the final stages of closing a marketing deal, a business deal, a human must come in there and then take over at that final stage and close it all. But then sooner or later it will get to that stage where a human will not be needed to even close that deal or seal that contract whatsoever again. And this is how dangerous it's going to be under this current system of living, under this current system of operation, where it's all about profits, where it's all about money, where that is all that business leaders, corporate leaders, that is all that they are interested in and thinking about. Under such situations and conditions, it is completely hopeless for humanity. It's going to be mass unemployment, like fellow friends on this roundtable have already stated. It's going to be huge mass unemployment. It's going to be terrible in every side, every sector of profession there is today. And to link all this, I mean, when we come to another side, which is agripreneur, and the importance of artificial intelligence in this field, its importance cannot be overemphasized as well. And its role is going to play especially in helping mitigate the challenges that climate crisis has carried upon. It's bringing upon us day in, day out, and it's terrible. The scenes that we just watched, it's so worrying, it's so disturbing. It's just imagine yourself in the shoes of our brothers and sisters out there in the parts of the world who are currently under the fury of nature right now, and it is something else. You just cannot imagine it. And it's not just the fury of nature is just not destroying everything in its way, aside taking everything away from us, taking our homes, our possessions away from us. Now when it's taking it all, there's virtually nothing to drink, nothing to eat. Now, how do we do this? How do we cope with this? This is where the importance of artificial intelligence can help us mitigate these challenges so well, even at this point in time. Whilst we prepare, whilst we spread the knowledge, the awareness out there that humanity should unite, humanity should embrace the creative society. We should come together, do everything in our bit, put in all of our efforts and our strength to see to it that the creative society is in place. As we gradually move towards that stage, even right now, artificial intelligence can play a key role, a huge role in seeing to it that all people under such terrible conditions right now, under the rage and fury of nature in so many other parts of the continent, so many parts of the globe right now, are fed, are taken care of, are provided for. There are 3D, printers printing houses now. They've not been perfected, but they are there. They are being used in parts of Europe, in parts of North America right now. I don't know if there are others in other parts of the world, but then there are 3D, AI powerhouses, building houses now. This can come in timely right now and help, provide simple houses for people being evacuated right now, or people running away from these climatic disasters right now to get a place to put their head. There are so many new technologies now, highly advanced technologies now, which are being used to process food, to produce food, to manufacture food. Very effective, extremely effective in their processes right now, even utilized to feed all of humanity. The question of these technologies, are they going to of these technologies, those who have seen to it that these technologies are in place now, are they going to use it for the benefit of humanity? There are so many things that these current technologies available to us now, available to humanity now, can be used to mitigate the effects of climatic disasters right now and in the future. But then the question again is, what is the mentality? What is the mindset? What is ruling? What is reigning in us? Is it the consumerist format or it's the creative format? What is more valuable to us? Is it the life of humanity or mere profit, mere illusion? Is that what is more important? And this is the message we're trying to carry out there, the message we're trying to communicate out there to every soul out there, every personality out there, that with the little that we have now, with this, even at the stage that AI is at right now, in every field, in every profession, in every level, there is so much it can do. There is so much, a greater role it can play in uniting humanity and helping us mitigate the situation of climate change as it is right now, and bringing so much good to humanity. Yeah, this is the least I can add to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kenneth. This is really important, the fact that you mentioned that we need to think what actually moves us, what drives us, either, the desire for the benefit, for money, for power, wealth, right? Or the desire to help another person, desire to, support other people and take care of them, and thus taking care of ourselves too. And thank you so much one more time for, such a detailed explanation on how the AI technology and actually the technological progress can help us to overcome these climatic difficulties. And also, we see that these natural disasters, they basically increase every year in their frequency. They intensify in their power, and they occur in atypical places on our planet. And more and more people, they face the catastrophic challenges and they become climate refugees. And right now, I would like to address to Dr. Ahmed. Could you please tell us what is the true situation of refugees right now in the world, and what is their psychological state?
Actually, due to many causes, climate change, political causes, civil wars, many causes, and these causes are increasing dramatically. People are moving from their homelands all over the world, actually. If we are talking, for example, about the Arab world, for example, I think millions of Arabs were displaced, were actually and still moving from their homelands all over the world, and they are still moving. So talking about refugees, maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, it was a minor case here in the Arab world. Now it is a very main issue, a very main topic for us, that we are moving, we are refugees now, and we know now the issue of being an immigrant here or there. So the feeling is different, and I hope the dealing is different as well. For example, here in Egypt, we have millions of refugees, mainly from Africa. The sensitivity or the sensation or the passion with them was not that strong, was not that, I mean, the public passion and the public compassion with them. It was something like a marginalized case. But now it is more focused on, more important, cause millions of Egyptians are refugees in other countries. So the dealing with the issue is coming or becoming more and more focused on. I think that the immigration all over the world, the issue of borders, the issue of dealing with other cultures, other people from other backgrounds. It is a very increasing agenda of many topics, and of course, psychology is one of the issues or one of the tools to deal with the issue of immigrants, the issue of refugees all over the world. Again, how do they live? How do they get medical care? How do they get education? And COVID-19 came, so it makes more myth. So it's very complicated. And again, referring to artificial intelligence, I think to summarize, it is, I could, or I imagine it like triple trouble. So we have the unemployment issue, we have the need issue. We need information technology in many places to make or to do or to help us to manage these complicated troubles, and the issue of fair access. If it is available for everyone all over the world, or again to some certain elite. So we are losing jobs, we are sacrificing for nothing, or we are sacrificing our jobs just to have or to gain nothing on the other side. So again, I think that the issue of refugees and immigrants is one of the main issues nowadays. We were just away from it or dealing with it as something for thinking or for some elite or specialist dialogue. Now we are in. We have families. We have many people are just displaced or just trying to find a better life in another country. So we are now the immigrants. We are now the refugees. So we have to deal with this issue must in more actually advanced perspective and more advanced action actually.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Abdullah, and it's really both important questions what you have raised, what you have talked about, and what is also important that also what you have said, that people are not prepared for it, right? So people are not expected that they will be refugees. They will need to migrate right now for different reasons, but soon there will be more and more immigrants due to climatic catastrophes, non-living conditions. Exactly, like people cannot be prepared. And that's the main issue. That actually a problem. So in our format, in our consumerist format, we need to really, we can expect anything. When you, for example, with your family, with your neighbors, will be migrating to another land, what you will expect, how you yourself, how you will behave in such conditions. And that's why it's really important to be prepared, to build a creative society where all these human relationships will be changed, because you will have another conditions for that. And that's why in this period, how exactly right now it is important to build these human relationships, different relationships in creative society, how it is important to build creative society, how it is important right now to act. And I would like to ask Professor Samir, can you share your opinion about this topic? The word is yours.
Yes, Alex. It is very important to create a creative society throughout the world. And the Alatra movement and their volunteer, I am also the part of it. And we spread out positivity, we spread out hope, we spread out love and regard to the other human beings also. So it is our prime responsibility to protect all humanity throughout the globe. If we lead in that way, we can definitely create consumerism less society throughout the world. It is a tiny effort we are making since last few years, and it will make impact in long term. We are putting out for a hard effort to make a good change in the society, to think about the humanitarian aspect, serve people with positive manner. Not they are not slave of anyone. We all are free. We all are having a one earth to live with positivity. Why we are doing the things deliberately due to our personal benefit? Organization are squeezing the potential and the energy of their employees. But as a human, we should understand the other person aspect also. They also are having a good heart at their place, and we should behave like as a human being, good human being. Not they are not slave of us. So they are working for us. It is fine. We are paying them, but they are not slave. We should pay respect. If you are a businessman, you should respect or regard your employees also. You should take care of his family also. If your any employee may lose his life, so it is our responsibility to protect his family, support his family, collectively feed, provide financial support, educational support to their children, hospitality, medication, and all. So it is prime necessity to the humanity which we should think over it and provide to the needy people. After that, God will give the result. We are not the pie chart and boss is coming and this is your performance. It is over now. We are at the age like we should think about this aspect like humanity, creative society, and together we can build a better world for the humanity. So it is the only right time, and it is alarming situation to all world. We are seeing in Afghanistan what is happening there. Might you all are aware of the Taliban and attack going on there. So people are losing their rights. We should think upon that. Education is must. They are burning their libraries because we all are here for humanity. We are using technical aspect for the betterment thing of the world. So people also should think in that way also. Only money will not lead you to the peace. Your core humanitarian effort, work, activities will lead to the peace of your inner heart or the all over the globe. We can spread out our positivity. So this is from my side. Lots of hope we are seeking from the world also, and they can be the part of creative society Alatra movement, and the mass uh, message is going through that uh, conference, global crisis, that it is the only time when we think about the society, when we think about the world. It is the only time. Nowhere, never the right time will come. It is the only right time. So thank you,
Thank you
Alex.
so much. Thank you so much, Professor Samveer. And this is really important today is the high time to change the vector of development of the society from the consumer to the creative one, because we all understand that the consumer format of society is simply a dead end for all of us, no matter what position we are in, no matter how much money we earn. At the end, it will not lead us to a happy life, for sure. So thank you very much one more time for sharing your understandings. And right now, I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Reichman. Could you please share your opinion on this topic? How important is it to bring people together in this difficult period of time? And how important is it to show humanity?
Ja, also ich denke, dass das wichtigste Projekt
I'm thinking that the major project,
weil
the Creative Society project, because no one will do this for us.
Uns an unsere, sage ich mal, Führer.
If we take a look of our so-called leaders, our political leaders, they will not hear us. We need to do it on our own. I have observed it after the conference. If we observe topic of climate, there is no single day without any climatic cataclysm, and it happens synchronically. And our mass media are saying now that they underestimated climate change. I will cite two articles from German magazine, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, when they're writing about climatic council from 9th August of this year. Let me please cite it to you directly.
Sehr sicher ist sich der Weltklimarat inzwischen, dass die Beschleunigung der globalen
Climatic Council is very sure that increasing of the speed of the climatic changes, it's not only to explain throughout human activities, but these changes are as well caused by the events happening hundreds and thousands of years ago. And I was quite astonished to read this, that people are not the only one to blame. And a couple of days afterwards, and again in this newspaper, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, another article about climate council. It's written over, we are to blame. So it is again to show that we are the evil ones that are to blame in the climatic change. So this lie is being spread farther on. So it's we can see that the only way is for us to speak and like such conferences where we can hear the truth and know the real information, so that will urge people to move, to work, to act. In creative society is the only way to come out from this chaotic situation. During the last days, I have some understandings about a consumeristic format.
Das Wesen des Konsumformats kann nur zerstören.
The essence of the consumeristic format can only destroy, because the aim is money.
das oberste Ziel das Geld ist,
and the highest value money is, then it can only destroy. It cannot be done other way. It cannot happen other way. That's why we need urgent change in the direction of creative society, because there the main value human life is. And if we only this one factor change the system, the whole system will change. And that's why we need this change, that human is the highest value. And if we take a look on the last year, and if we are very frank to ourselves, we have been separated, we're in isolations. If we are very, very frank, and we will not allow to divide us any longer, and will not allow mass media to divide us, but look inside of us and feel what we need. And I feel basically that I need to connect to other people in love. And it's so beautiful to be here in this round table and be connected to you people from all over the world. And this is such a nice feeling. Just internal part of myself would like to connect to you in love and in peace. And I think every one of you will feel and see the same. Therefore, I see this as the only way that we have to connect us in love and peace, to save our planet as a first step, and in the end to save us as humanity. Because one causes another. We must unite us, and we don't have time to sit on the sofa or go around. And I'm sorry to put your paw from the sofa up. What I see every day is happening something new. If we don't want to see it, we just put in hands in front of our face. But if we take hands away, we see it, and there is no other way what we can do. It's time to act, and it's possible only together. No one can do it alone, and no nation can do it on their own. And in the end, we are the one humanity. We are all from the same source, coming from the same source. So let's us unite and let us solve this problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all these understandings, and it's really important message that you have shared with us. That exactly only as a unity, only as the whole humanity, we can still be alive. We can still preserve life on the earth. And it's truth. Because only united, I mean, neither one nation, neither one country or any part of the humanity can survive. Of course, we can see right now all these examples, all these attempts. Somebody is building bunkers underground. Somebody want to fly on the orbit and sit there on the orbit these climatic catastrophes. But it will not help. It really will not help. Of course, they can live longer for a few days, few months, but these catastrophes that has a cyclic nature, they're really approaching very fast. And that's why we should be united. We should be one humanity. And I would like to ask Kenneth Gagakuma, can you please also share your understanding about this vital topic, how we can survive in these situations and what can more help us? The word is yours.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks very much for the question. And just like my brother Gunther mentioned, I'd like to pick up from a point you mentioned that right from the conference, from the last conference till this very day, mainstream media, probably all world media, is every day what you just keep saying on all of mainstream media is one climate disaster and the other. It's been the headline news from, I think, right from the dates of the conference till now. It's been the headline news, and it is true. They cannot hide it anymore. Until some time, they did not even want to talk about it. Until some time, they did not even want to mention it or even acknowledge it in any way whatsoever. But now the evidence is too clear. It's out there. You cannot hide it. It's just worsening by the day. It's just worsening by the day. And though they are not giving a solution or shouting, suggesting a solution to humanity, and they are still trying to, keep on with the lies and the blame games and the wrong causes, trying to spread panic and all that. I feel or think that at least most humans, or millions or billions of people who watch these mainstream media are seeing it all, that it's happening. It is coming. It's coming. Gradually, it is approaching. And we need to wake up. We must do something. We must make a move. At least a survival move. Hopefully, what they are seeing out there, what we all seeing out there, will communicate that message to them. And it's so clear now. It's so clear now more than ever that it's only going to worsen. The knowledge has been given to us. The information has been given to us, thanks to previous conferences and this very last recent ended epic conference, which laid it bare from all angles. Once, for the first time in the history of humanity, laid it so bare for everyone to hear these facts for themselves. If you want to research it, you go ahead and research. It is all clear now. It's not going to get any better. It's only going to worsen. Our only chance is to unite. Our only chance is to come together in love and respect for one another. Our only chance is to quickly grow and mature in love. Learn how to love. We were not taught how to love. We were not brought up. The consumerist format did not bring us up this way. The consumerist system, right from the home, from the schools, from our homes, from our schools, from our religious institutions, it did not bring us and teach us exactly how to love. We are not taught exactly how to learn how to love. And this is the problem. This is the mess that we are all enduring this very day. It's time, just like our dear, highly esteemed Igor Mikhailovich keeps on, reminding us all. After every video he participates in, his sign-off signature, it's, guys, friends, let's learn how to love and respect each other. At least for the start, let's learn how to love and respect each other. This is what we need to do. This is what we need in order to stay united. Without love, we cannot unite. Without sincere respect for one another, we cannot unite. Without these, there's no way we can come together and stand against the rage and fury of nature. It is impossible. We cannot do it. We need to learn it, and we need to learn it fast. Time is not on our side, not at all. We need to really learn this fast and learn how to unite, learn how to take that stand. Although there is nothing we can do against the fury of nature unraveling by the day, worsening by the day, attacking us all from all the corners of the globe by the day, but then in unity lies our power. In unity lies our strength. In unity lies the creative power that we can harness to withstand that rage, that evil that wants to consume us and destroy us. We can only harness the power, that purity. We can only harness that strength in unity and stand as one human family and survive the worst that is yet to come. And the earlier we learn how to love and respect each other, the better for us all. This is this is the least I can add to it, that we learn how to love and respect each other. And in gradually doing this, we will begin to notice the unity from the very grassroots, from the family roots, from our very little relationships with our friends and colleagues at work, at home, our neighbors, around us. When we gradually really learn how to love and respect each other, this unity, this oneness, it happens from the very grassroots. It happens, gradually, and it spread beautifully. That is the power of love. That is what love does. And it is only love that can help us conquer what is coming, what is approaching. Thank you all once again. This is the least I can add to it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. This was so beautifully said. And of course, united we stand and divided we fall. So yes, unity is really important. And Dr. Ahmed, could you please add on to this question? What is the importance of this global unification at this stage? And also, how important is it to basically bring this awareness and try to show the best human qualities and bring humanness on the first place?
Talking after Kenneth, I couldn't add much, but I'll tell a short story. 2 years ago, we had a very heavy rains actually all over Egypt. And this is not usual. The climate is dry in Egypt all the year, maybe. Only the on the north coast of the Mediterranean, we have heavy rains during winter. But in that winter, it was raining for 2 days, 2 or 3 days continuously. And we were not prepared. The infrastructure, houses, everything were not prepared for such a heavy rain. We don't have a drainage system in the street because the weather is dry all the year, or some light rains. And that winter, we had heavy rains, and the situation of electricity was like this. In the area I live in, we have some poor houses with poor equipments, with poor infrastructure, but we are all connected. The electricity network connects us together. So for our house to have electricity, these houses must be connected and must be repaired, because we are connected. As humanity, it's the same situation. We are all connected. So we choose this or we refuse this. Actually, we are all connected. If we are united, if we if we cooperate, we will, all of us will have electricity. All of us will have help. All of us will live. If we just marginalize some or focus on some and we have some ignorance or just leave some, the network will not work actually. So at this problem, we were to look for every house to repair the network. To repair is connection to the network, just to have the network works for all of us. So at the same now, we face many challenges. So either we face it united, or all of us, we will not have the benefit. We will not have the network working actually. So this is the choice, either to unite or to fail. And to fail, we will all fail. The network will not work for all of us. So either we repair for all of us or we fail, all of us. So this is the challenge, and I think it's the right time. Challenges are raising. It is everywhere, all over the world, actually, not only in some areas, and some areas are away from the disasters. We are all under attack. We are all under the threats of every or all these challenges, and we have to choose. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this really illustrative example that clearly shows that we as humanity are really connected, and how it's important right now to understand it. And not only to understand, but to start doing something, to really, to have this not only as a information, but as a knowledge, meaning that you have your own experiences, you have your own understanding of being connected and being part of the whole humanity, the humankind on the earth. And dear guests, thank you very much for taking time and participating in this enriching conversation. It's really very important and truly valuable. And I would like to address our viewers. So, dear friends, if you feel that these facts that are of utmost importance that you have heard right now, or what you have heard on the conference, Global Crisis, this already affects everyone. Please don't wait. Start acting, start spreading this information as much as possible, because, when we are as one humanity will be connected, we can overcome any situations, any difficulties in our world. Everything is possible, but only if we are connected. Because this power of connection, it clearly shows that we will have a chance to survive, but survive only in a creative society, only when the human life will be on the top place, and all other 8 foundations of creative society will be implemented. And the best thing that you can do right now is to spread the word, spread this information with everyone you know, because on you and on us, on all of us, depends not only our future, but future of our children and who will come next.
And also, guys, it is really, really important to share this information, and everyone can do it. It is very easy. It is very simple. You can just, share it on your social media. You can talk about it with your friends, acquaintances, colleagues, and bring this awareness to the world. And also, we understand that the information that was presented during the conference is just a small portion of what is happening right now in the world. And that is why we would like to extend on these topics and unite even more conscious people who are not indifferent to what is happening right now and will happen in the near future, to all of us. And we would like to gladly invite everyone to join another international conference that will be held on the platform of ALLATRA International Public Movement on December the 4th, 2021, Global Crisis, Time for the Truth. It will be broadcast to all available platforms and translated to multiple languages simultaneously. So, once again, we would like to thank everyone who participated in this roundtable, who participated in preparation, translation, technical support of the broadcast. And of course, we would like to thank to our dear guests for sharing their impressions of the conference, sharing their ideas and sharing their opinions on the topics that we raised today. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you soon at the next roundtable.